Example, I wanted to talk about how to use or how to turn part of a standard function into an array function or formula. So for this case, we've got some numbers, number 1 through number 6, and let's just imagine we wanted to find an average of those. So we very simply just type in equals average and select our range, and it's pretty easy. Now in some cases it might be sort of in a classroom situation, or in other cases it might be if these numbers related to, for example, test results, it might be that we could take the top 4 results, or we wanted to either add them up or average the top 4 or something like that. So let's say we want to disregard the lowest one. So we want to get an average of these numbers disregarding the lowest. And one way that people do it, and it's not correct, but this is a common mistake people make, is that they would calculate an average, as we did before, and then they would take away the minimum of that range. Now all that's doing in this case is taking away, oops, just wants me to put in another bracket. Oh, it actually wants me to put in the subtraction 2 and another bracket. So we get that right. Okay, so all that's doing is taking off the minimum, which in this case is 1, that one there, off that average. And if we copy that down, we can see similar sort of thing. The average here is 4. So that's not what we want to do. That's not the right answer. And those of you in Comp 203, this example relates very strongly to an exercise in Lab 4, beg your pardon, Lab 3. So let's think about how we can do this. What we want to do is we want an average. So we want an average, but we only want an average of the top 5. So the nice easy way to do this is to use a large. So that's the formula that, or function, that finds the largest k value in a range. So there's our range again. And what we would typically do with using a large is just put in the k value. So the k might be 1, it might be 2. If we were to find the largest 1 value, it would be 20. If we said 2, it would be 18, and so on. But in this case, we want to find the largest 5, so we're dropping the last one. So if we type in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then close that bracket, and then for this bit of the argument we want to enclose it in curly brackets, because we want to regard this part as an array. So what that's doing is it's saying, find me the large first, second, third, fourth and fifth values, and then do the average. So we sort of work, when we have these nested formulas, we work backwards essentially. So find me the large of that, and I think we need one more closing bracket or parentheses there, and we hit enter and we get 4.8. Let's just do a quick recheck. So if we said we wanted the average, and if we manually left out the lowest value, so the first one's easy because that's just number 1. See, we get 14.8. So exactly the same result. We don't want to do it manually because, as you know, we always want our formula to be dynamic, to update. So this is a nice, elegant way of doing it. It's a good use of an array part to a standard function, and it's nice and short. So that should be useful for Lab 2 or Lab 3 and anything else that you come across in this sort of area in life. Think about other ways you could use it. It's my wee challenge to